Glenn, you ready to roll?
Yeah.
How you doing, brother?
Doing good. How you guys doing?
Hey,
Good,
Glenn.
man. You got a
How
story
are you?
for us here?
Oh man, I got a few. So I recently got divorced about a year ago after 13 years.
Where are you located?
California.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it was interesting. And it was like, and even before that, I've dealt with other women in court, other issues like false allegations and stuff, and had to beat that case, which I did, thank God. But there's stuff that it's just like they don't realize the consequences of these lies, and there's no accountability for them. Mm-hmm. Like when me and my wife divorced, it came out because she had 3 affairs in 10 years that I didn't know about. She was accusing me the whole time, and I'm doing trying to do the happy wife thing, and trying to constantly prove that I wasn't doing anything. I was working so much on making sure that I wasn't appearing to be doing anything bad, that I wasn't paying attention to what she was actually doing.
Yeah, I believe it.
And
is that something that you see in practice, Jonathan, when it comes to one party accusing the other of infidelity? It's usually them doing it. They say that when you point at somebody, you've got 3 fingers pointing back at yourself.
Yeah, definitely. It's projecting on you what they're doing, and they try to put you on your heels, and that's just sick. You shouldn't have to deal with that kind of stuff. But when you're married, it's not easy to get out of it, and they'll throw anything.
It's like when they throw the kids involved too. It's a whole nother thing. It's like she didn't make any bad claims in court because there was nothing to make. I mean, she's in the military, so originally, and I was in the military, and I know that adultery is actually an Article 15 court martial. You could actually get charged for adultery if you're in the military, especially if you're a senior enlisted. And that she was. And I even submitted all the information. I have a video of her confession. I submitted it to her leadership. Nothing happened. They didn't even charge her. But again, I know guys that when I was in, that was getting charged for infidelity in the service, and they were losing rank, they were losing money, and it's crazy.
Why do you think they didn't do anything about it with her? Is it just because she's a woman? Because she's a woman.
She. I mean, let's just face it.
People get so mad when I say that men are success objects, women are beauty objects. Men are the disposable sex, women are the protected sex. But it's like stuff like this. When you hear these stories, it just reaffirms those statements.
Well, then especially when they try to alienate you from your kids.
Well, that's the other strategy too.
Yeah.
I mean, me and my son, I haven't really had a good relationship since the divorce. She told him that that there was some, instances where she didn't feel that she wanted to do things, and I forced her. I'm like, so I'm getting messages from my son about stuff like that. I'm like, you're alienating a child from his father. Do you know how horrible you are? You're letting your hate for me overwhelm you over your love for your child.
Happens all the time.
It's sickening. It's sickening. But there's what's going on. There's no accountability.
Jonathan?
Pardon? Do
you have any advice for men on that one, Jonathan?
Do you have any custody of them? Can you get them into counseling? I mean,
So I got a lawyer, and we put that in the divorce agreement that one, he has to maintain a certain grade point average to be in her custody, and 2, that he has to go to counseling, and she had to pay for reconciliation counseling for me and my son, which hasn't happened yet, but she already remarried. She remarried the guy that she was having, one of the guys that she was having an affair with, so
she was married to him prior.
She was married to me first, and then during the last guy that she had an affair with, she ended up marrying recently.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm just
incredible.
Like, hey, you're doing me a favor. Thank you, sir.
Do you guys live? You live in the same school district?
Oh yeah, we live 3 miles away.
All right.
I mean, she wiped me out financially, and then I had to rebound and go back home. I'm staying with my dad right now just to kind of reassess. But
sure,
So it says here in the private chat that she was made out to look like a hero during the divorce.
Well, yeah, because
they didn't hold her accountable for the infidelity based on military law.
Nope.
She made away pretty clean with family law. I mean, she's obviously had some success alienating you from your kids and doing a little bit of brainwashing along the way, which tends to happen along with that.
Oh yeah. I think it's a common theme for women to do, and honestly in general, because I have a daughter that's 16, and her mother told me when she got pregnant that she had a miscarriage. I didn't find out for years later that I had a daughter. And then when I tried to get in her life, you know, her mother kept me out of her life for 12 years. Just recently, my daughter knows the truth about what her mom did, but there's no accountability factor. I lost 16 years of being in my daughter's life, you know, and she had 16 years of being told I'm a monster and all this other bullshit. Oh, sorry, Rich, for cussing. But, you know, it's like there's no accountability for women, and that's the problem. I mean, that's why I don't encourage guys getting married at all.
Yeah, that's, I mean, like, bottom line, don't waste time and energy. I mean, I want to hear Jonathan's, you know, take on this too, but I don't think it's a good use of your time to try to hold women accountable. There's an entire like genre, and I've seen this out on YouTube now, where like guys are like trying to hold women accountable publicly on their streams, and it's like, it doesn't work. You know, hold yourself accountable first. You know, make some better choices first.
Oh yeah, like I blame myself for a lot of it. I blame myself for being stupid enough to believe a lot of it, and not
you know, once bitten, twice shy, right?
Yeah, it's just like, you know what? I'm mad at myself for not catching things when they were right in front of me, and thinking that, like, you know, all women are good. Like, I was more mad at myself over everything than anything else.
Were you afraid to bring something up? Were you walking on eggshells, thinking if I bring something up, you know, it happens all the time.
Especially when you want to question things, when things just don't add up, and you're like, if I say this or I ask this question, what am I going to be faced with? And that's what kind of like led to the whole divorce. It was just like, okay, you know what? This doesn't make sense. It smells wrong. I'm going to ask her. And when I ask her, it's like, oh, you don't trust me? You don't believe me? Like, well, yeah, you're giving me reason not to. You know?
What's your take, Jonathan, on the whole accountability story on women, you know, going through divorce?
Yeah, I think I'm going to give you like an analogy of how I look at modern day marriage. Did you ever go to a carnival and there's a basketball game where you get 3 shots for $1 or 3 shots for $5? You could win a big stuffed animal. And you look at it and you're like, you're only like 5 feet away from the rim. I'm going to do it. But what they don't tell you is the rim is
tilted.
And it's not regulation size. It's about a centimeter larger than the basketball itself. So your chances of having a successful, lifelong, till death do you part marriage is similar to that. It looks good, and boy, that payoff looks wonderful. But in reality, it's like trying to make that shot through a rim that's a centimeter wider than an actual ball. And, you know, you better think twice. Now, you could try it once, but you're silly if you keep going back. Show me how many people keep going back trying to make that shot. The rim is tiny.
Hilarious. And they'll feed that. Once they're invested, they'll just dump money into it. And by the time they realize it, they could have just bought the bear themselves.
Exactly.
You know? Like I'm in Hollywood, so I'm in the industry. And so I am a creator of content. I'm like creating some content coming out, Rich. Actually, your book, I've read your book, and I put a review on Amazon on it.
Thank you.
Your book is spot on. It's like Rollos, but like practical. It's like, you know, hey, this is what you need to do. And I'm actually creating a comedic video right now, a script, based on a lot of these things, like based on, you know, going through something like this, being, you know, realizing the lie. How do you deal with it? You know, like, and it's all like funny issues that I look at now that I've been through in my life that are not funny, but I laugh at now because of the stupidity that I had in dealing with them.
Now you know. Now you know.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of this.
Send me an email when you get it done.
I will.
The email is on the About tab of the channel, so send it over when you got it. I'll check it out.
Definitely will, Rich.
All right, Glenn, you got anything else for us on this?
You know what? Not on this, but just thank you guys for this opportunity.
Great speaking with you.
You know,
good luck with everything.
Yeah, definitely. By the way, Rich, Paul is my counselor.
Apex?
Yeah.
My boy. Yeah.
That's my dude.
Protege.
So
good.
Awesome. All right, you guys. Take it easy.
See you, Glenn.
Peace. You too.